Chapter 2, in which the Baron proves himself a good shot. He loses his horse and fights a wolf, making him draw his sledge, promises to entertain his company with relating such fact as well as deserving say notice. Set off from Rome on a journey to Russia in the middle of winter from just notions that frost and snow must have caused man's road, which every traveler has described, and uncommonly bad through the northern part of Germany, Poland, Courland, Livonia. I went on a horseback at a most convenient manner of travelling. I was but lightly clothed, and of this I fell in convenience the more advanced. Nor ceased. What must not a poor old man have suffered in that severe weather and climate, who am so unblind coming in Poland, lying on the road, helpless, shivering, and hardly having wherewithal to cover his nakedness. I pitied the poor soul, through I felt the severity of the air myself. I threw my mantle over him, and immediately I heard a voice from the heaven, blessing me for the piece of charity, saying, "You will be rewarded, my son, for this in time." I went on. Night and darkness overtook me. No village was to be seen. The country was covered with snow, and I was unacquainted with the road. Tired, I aligned a fastened my horse to something like pointed stump of tree which appeared about to snow. For the sake of safety, I placed my pistol under my arm and lay down on the snow, where I slept so soundly that I did not open my eyes till full daylight. It not easy to conceive my astonishment to find myself in the midst of the village, lying in a churchyard. Nor was my horse to be seen, but I heard him soon after night somewhere about me. On looking upwards, I beheld his handed by his bridle to the face cock of the steeple. Matters were now very plain to me. The village had been covered with snow overnight. A sudden change of weather has taken place. I had sunk down to the churchyard, whistlingly gently, in some proportion as the snow has melted away. What in the dark I have taken to the stump of a little tree appearing above the snow, to which I have tied my horse, proved to have been across the weather cock of the steeple. Without a long consideration, I took one of my pistol, shot the brindle in two, brought down the horse, and proceeded on my journey. The Baron seemed to have forgot his feeling. He should certainly have ordered his horse a feed of corn after fasting so long. He carried me well, advanced to the interior part of the Russia. I found traveling on horseback rather unfashionable in the winter. Therefore, I submitted, as I always do, to the custom of the country, took a single horse sledge, and drove briskly towards St. Petersburg. I do not exactly recollect when it was, England or Jagermanland, but remember, in the midst of the dreary forest, I spied a terrible wolf. Make it after me, with all the speed of the ravenous winter hunger. He soon overtook me. There was no possible escape. Mechanically, I laid myself down flat on the sledge and let my horse run for safety, on a vicious but hardly hoping spiritual pain and terror. Thus I noted safe myself. I lift my head steadily up with honor, with horror. I beheld the full heavenly day into horse body. It was not so long before he had fairly forced himself into it, when I took my advantage and fell upon him with the butt end of my whip. The unexpected attack in the rear frightened me so much that he leaped forward with all his might. The horse car's case dropped in the ground, but the place the wolf was in the harness, and on my part whipping him continually. We both ride a full career safe to St. Petersburg, contrary to us respectively expectation, and very much the astonishment of the spectators. I shed no tyro, gentleman with a politic, art, sciences, and history of magnificent metropolises of Russia, current Russia. Not trouble you with the various intriguing pleasant advantage I had in the politer cycle of the country, as a lady of house always receives a visitor with dram and salute. I shall confine myself rather to the great and noble object of your attentions, horses and dogs, my favorite in the brute creation. Also to foxes, wolves, and bears, which gave in general Russia abound more than any part of the world, and to such reports mainly exercise in feats of gallantry and activity show the gentleman better than most Greek or Latin or perfume finery in copies and French wits of petit Maunchausen. Chapter 26. A feast on alive bulls and cover. The inhabitant admire the European adventurers. The emperor come to meet the baron and pays him great compliment. The inhabitant of the center of Africa, descended from a people of the moon, proved by inscription in Africa and by a knowledge of the language which is also the same with that of ancient inscription. The baron is declared sovereign of interior of Africa on the disease of emperor. He endeavored to abolish the custom of eating live bulls, which excited much discontent. The advice of Hilaro Frosticos about the occasion, the baron made a speech to the assembly of the stage, which only excites great murmurs. He consulted with Hilaro Francisco. Let's begin. Having a person over the nearest mountain, we after a delightful Wales, where we perceived a multitude of persons at the feast of living bulls, whose flesh were cut away with great knives, making table of creatures' carcass. Surrounded by the beloved of the unfortunate animal, nothing seemed requisite to add to the barbarity of his feast by cover. Made describe in a cook voyage at the conclusion of the feast, we perceive them brewing this liquor, which is drunk with the utmost avidity. From a moment it inspired with the idea of a universal benevolency, and determined and abolished the custom of eating live flesh and drinking of cover. But I knew that such a sin could not be immediately effected, wherever in future time might be performed. We can see illustration: an African feast upon live bulls and cover. Having rested ourselves during a few weeks, we determined to set out towards the principal city of the empire. The singularity of our appearance was, like all his countrymen, as white as snow. He was preceded by the band of the most exquisite music, according to the fashion of the country. In his whole retinue halted within about 50 paces of our troop, where it turns a salute by discharge of musketry, and a flourish of a trumpet and martial music, I commanded our caravan to hold and dismount and advance uncovered, with only to attend toward His Majesty. The Emperor was equally polite and descended from his dromedary, advanced to meet me. I am happy, said he, to have the honor to receive so illustrious traveler, and assure you that everything in the empire shall be at your disposal. Here, right here, illustration. It remains by Emperor of Interior of Africa. I thank His Majesty for his politeness and express how happy I was meet him, so polished and refined people in the center of Africa. And I hope to show myself in company grateful for his esteem by introducing the art inside of Europe among the people. I immediately perceive the true descent of this people, which does not appear of terrestrial origin, but descended from some inhabitants of the moon, because the principal language spoken there in the center of the Africa is very nearly the same. The alphabet and the method of writing are pretty much the same, and shows the extreme antique of this people and the whole little region. I here give you a specimen of writing. Vide otrokokus the origin the Schrenhandinaskopstrop. Apologies for pronouncing. Announcement. As a character, I have submitted to the inspection of the celebrated antiquarian, and will be proved to be satisfaction of everyone in the next volume. What immediately intercourse there must have been between the inhabitant of the moon and ancient of Scythia, when Scythia did not by any means inhabit a part of Russia, but the central part of Africa, and I can abundantly prove to my very learned and laborious friend. The above words written in our character are Schreihandhandskupnutap. It is a Scythian or heavenly origin. The word Schreighand, which signifies Scythian, is compounded of Shrek or Thre. There is a present English word sire or sir and nach or nach knowledge, because the Scythian unit is the essential of nobility alone together. DNI signifies heaven or belonging to the moon. From Duna, who have anciently worshipped a goddess of that luminary. The scoop tube significant original beginning of anything from sku. The name used the moon for the point of geometry, and top or hutap vegetation. Those words are inscribed today upon a pyramid in the central Africa, near the source of the river Niger. And if any of the refuse his assent, he may go there to be convinced. The emperor conducted me to the court amidst the admiration of the courtiers. They paid us very possibly politeness that African magnificent could bestow. He never presumed to proceed on an expedition without consulting us. Looking upon the species or superior beings paid the greatest respect to our opinions. He frequently asked me about states of Europe and the kingdom of Great Britain, and appeared lost in admiration in the account I gave him of shipping as the events of the ocean. We taught him to regulate the government nearly on the same plane with the British Constitution, and institute Parliament and degree of nobility. His Majesty was the last of his royal line. On his decease, with the unanimous consent of people, made heir to the whole empire. maybe higher to the whole empire. The nobility chief of the country immediately wait upon me with a petition, entering me to accept the government. I consult with my noble friend Gog and Magog, and after much consultation it was agreed that I should accept the government not as actual and imperial monarchical place, but as viceroy to the majesty of England. I'd have thought it's a hard time to do this. The custom of eating of live flesh and drinking of kava, and for the purpose used even persuasive method to win the majority of the people from it. This is, to my astonishment, was not taken in good part by the nation, and looked with jealousy at those strangers who wanted to make innovation among them. Nevertheless, I felt much concerned to think that my fellow creatures could be capable of such barbarity. I did everything that the heart fraught with the universal benevolence and hoped with the total mankind could be capable of desiring. I first tried every method of persuasion and incitement. I did not harshly reprove them, but I invented frequently whole thousand to dine after the fashion of Europe upon roasted meat. Alas, 'twas ale in wine. My goodness nearly excited sedition. They murmured among themselves, spoke of my attention, my will and my ambition views as if I, oh heaven, could not have any personal interest motive in making them live like men, rather than like crocodile and tigers. In fine, perceiving that gentleness could be of no avail, well knowing that then complaisance can effect nothing from some spirits, compulsion, sight, respect, and veneration, I prohibited, under the pain of the severest penalties, the drinking of kava or eating of live flesh from the space of 9 days in the district of Angalina and Papgahalna. But the greatest such universal abhorrence and detestation of my government that my minister and even myself were universally pasquadoed. This lampoon, satires, ridicule, and insult were showered the name of the Maunchausen wherever it was mentioned, and I find there was never a government so much detested or with such little reason. And as dilemma, I have to recourse to the advice of my noble friend Hilaro Frosticus. In his good sense, I never expected some resource for the rest of the council, who had advised me to the former methods have given but poor specimen of their abilities and discernment. Or should have succeeded more happily in not addressing himself me to the council and follow. Right there. It is in a way the most noble Maunchausen that your excellency endeavor to compel or force the people to life to which they have never been accustomed. In a way, do you tell them apple pie, spuddling roast beef, minced spiced or charts are delicious, the sugar is sweet, the wine is exquisite? Alas, they cannot, they will not comprehend what delicious is. Sweetness over the flavor of the grape, and even if they were convinced of superior excellency of your way of life, never would be pursued, and if for no as a person, but because force of permission is employed or to induce them to it. Abandon the ideas for the present, let us try another method. My appearance, therefore, is that we should at once cease all endeavors to compel and pursue them. But let us, if possible, procure a quantity of forge from England. Curiosity is scattered over the country, and from his disposal of metal, I presume I have a moral certainty that we shall reclaim these people from honor and barbarity. England requiring without delay a few cargoes of huge. The people had the time remain in general state ferment murmur, everything that ran cool, low wit, and deplorable ignorance could conceive asperse my government, was put in execution, the most worthy, even the most beneficent action, everything that was amiable were paraded into the opposition. The hut of Maunchausen was not made of the impenetrable stuff, and the insensible to the hatred of even the most worthless wretch in the whole kingdom. And once in General Assembly of States filled with idea of such continual ingratitude, I spoke a pathetic, is it possible? No, method sought beneath my dignity to make them feel for me that universal good and happiness of the people were all I wishes or desires, that my action had been mistaken or improper through misinformed. Still I have no wish, no desire, but the public welfare, etc. However, Frostico was all the time much disturbed. He looked sternly at me, he frowned, but I was so engrossed with the warmth of my heart and my attentions I understood him or not. In a minute I saw nothing but as through the clouds, such in the force of the religious sensibility. Lords, ladies, sheep, the whole assembly seemed to swim before my sight. The more I thought on my good intentions, the lampoons which so much affected my delicacy, good nature, tenderest, I forgot myself. I spoke rapid, violent, beneficent, fire, tenderest. Alas, I melted into tears. Pish, pish, said Hilaro Frosticos. Now, indeed, was my government lampooned, satirized, caribou, noun those, cabonadoid, beneficially in a very bad wilden. One day, with my arm full of lampoons, I started up a Hillary into the room, the tears in my eyes. Look, here, Hilaro, how can I bear all this? It is impossible to please them. I will leave the government. I could not bear it. See what pitiful anecdotes, what surmises. I will make my people feel for me. I will leave the government. Psh, say Hilaro, as a simple monosyllable. I found myself changed till by the magic. For even a look on a Hilaro person so experienced, such fortitude, such good sense. There are 3 sails under the convoy of frigate, added Hilaro. Just arrived at the Cape after fortunate passage. Later with the fortune we demand. No time is to be lost. Let's be immediately conducted hither and disturb it through the principal granaries of the empire. But the most mighty imputes the law. His Excellency the Law Baron Maunchausen. Arrest and quantity of huge has been distributed through all the granaries or empire for particular uses. As the net have ever expressed the aversion of the money of European estables. And it's hereby strictly forbidden, under the pain of the severest penalties, for any of the officers charged with keeping of the said forge to give, sell, or suffer to be sold any part or quantity wherever said material, until its agreeable enter in goodwill pleasure. Dated in our castle, Grista Riska, the 3 skill of a monster, Griskishin years, Molly Castra Navas Kastra Vildash. This proclamation excited the most ardent curiosity of all of the empire. "Do you know what the future is?" said Lady Mushlila Gorushti to Lord Darnargurlakarn. "Fudge," said he. "Fudge, no." "What fudge?" "I mean," replied her ladyship, "enormous quantity of fudge. They have been disturbed and guards in all the strong places in the empire, which is strictly forbidden to be sold or given to any of the native under serious penalties." "Lord," replied he, "what is the name of a wonder? Can it be forbidden?" "Why, it must. But pray do you, Lady Fashalashhash, do you know what the future is? Do you, Lord Trusty Locks? Or you, Miss Gristy Larkask?" "What?" said the bosom, while I, frowning, endeavored to rest from him and was kneeling at my feet. "No, never, never. I will look at you, I till you tell me what the future can be. Get me some of it. Be kind," cried I, with all the dignity of the offended beauty, majesty, and tragic queen. "Begone, never see me more, or bring me the delicious future." He swore on the honor of nights there would be wonder over the world, in contact at the change of parasitic satisfies the angel of his soul. The chief nobility of the nation, when they met together to drink the car, spoke of nothing but fudge. Men, women, and children all talk of nothing but the huge. 'Twas a fury of curiosity, one general ferment and universal fever, nothing but fudge could allay. But in one respect they all agreed that government must have had some interest view in giving some positive orders to preserve it and keep it from the native of the country. Petitions were addressed to me from the courtiers, from a corporation, a body of men, a whole empire. A majority of the people instructing the constituent and parliament present a petition praying that it will be pleased to take a state of the nation under consolidation and give order to satisfy the people of most dreadful consequences were to be apprehended. To this request is the entreaty of the council. I made no reply to the best unsatisfactory answer. Curiosity was on the rack. They forgot to lampoon the government, so engaged with it about the future. The great assembly of the states could think of nothing else instead of enacting laws and regulation of the people. As seldom one should seem most wise, most excellent. They could think, talk, harangued, or nothing about the future. In vain did the speaker call to order. The more chicks they got from the extravagant and crazy they were. In short, the populace in many places rose in the most outrageous, tumultuous manner, forced open the granaries in all places in one day. It triumphantly distributed the fuse through the whole empire, whether on account of the longe, the great curiosity, imagination of the disposition of people. I cannot say, but the fun infinity to their taste. 'Twas the intoxication of joy, satisfaction, and applause. Finding how much they like this huge, I procured another quantity from England, much greater than the former, and cautionally bestows all of their kingdom. Thus there was affection over people regained, and they from hence began to venerate, applaud, and admire my government more than ever. The following autumn was performing at Castle, the most superb style university at my age. Yeah, bulls and creaking and gogs, magogs, the Trump high chimney and anthrop folks come sing bliss choral, all in all caralog, bacillog, forging bog, rape super up in the cap sublime at my worship as rising sun, solemn, majestic, white like hoary time, and from a life for virtue, sand and fire. Zells with noble strain, with stone and elegant sentence divine, while God takes and runs the strong. All them use and style, birds and cricket, god magog, trump and chiming, anthrophog, shouts in bliss, choral all in log, carella, bacilla, fog and bug. The piece of poetry was much applauded and by the in-court and every public assembly celebrate its astonishing effort on genius and music composed by Minhir Gas Trashbach Kigrim Prampal Hunsem Prontin Jumpling. Also the eagle to says never was anything so universally admired as a meters of my exquisite wit as the keenest praise the most excellent music. Upon my honor, on the face I owe my love, said I, music may be talked of in England, but to possess the very soul of harmony the world should come to the performance of this art. Lady Fragrantia was only a moment drumming her fingers on the edge of her fan, lost in a reverie, thinking she was playing upon Waters' forte piano. No, my dear Fragrantia, said I, tenderly taking her in the arm when she melted into tears. Never, never, never will I upon any other. Oh, 'twas divine, divine to see her like a summer morning, like brushing full of dew.